Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to start a new chapter in advanced Nahu, الجملة الشرطية. It's going to be divided into about 2 to 3 videos, short videos. So let's get started. So الجملة الشرطية is a conditional sentence. That's the translation. Let's see what does it consist of. So when you have a jumlatu shartiya, it is composed of two statements. There's going to be statement 1 and statement 2. Statement 1 is your shart, statement 2 is the jawab shart, the answer of that shart. Now, if you knock, the example is if you knock, I'll open the door. So both of them are supposed to be there generally to complete a jumlatu shartiya. And these two statements cannot come so statement 2 cannot come true if statement 1 does not happen. So only if you knock, I'll open the door. Generally, that's the rule. Now, advatu shartu. So advatu shart. So there are two kinds of advatu shart. Each has unique meaning in terms of grammatical function. So there are two things. It has a unique meaning and also grammatical functions. So we have advatu shartu jazima. And these jazima, which means it makes it lightest, tools that make both parts of the conditional sentence madzum. So both shart and jawabud shart, both part will be madzum, considering they are mudare. Only when there is a fail mudare in shart, then only you will make it madzum. Always it's always, by the way, translated in present tense. So even if it's, the shart or jawabu shart is in Madi, fail Madi, you would translate it because you see, when you talk about a shart, something conditional, it's supposed to happen. It's not something that is already happened. Then you can't keep a condition for something that has already happened. Often you will find fur in between these two statements. Why? Because the statement of jawab differs in terms of type of. So these are two statements, two jumlas which are put together. When both the jumlas are different in terms of, let's say, one is jumla failure, one is jumla ismiya, then there will be a fur in the middle. If they both are, let's say, jumla failure and they both are mudare, in statement 1 and statement 2, you have fail mudare in both, then you won't have fur. And we'll study that how. Adwatu ghairu jazima are those adwatu shart which do not have any grammatical effect. So even if you have mudare in adwatu ghairu jazima, it will not become lightest. Now let's look at adwatu shartu jazima and adwatu ghairu jazima. So you have in, which means if, man, which means whoever, ainama is whenever, ma, whatever. Then we have adwatu ghairu jazima, law. And this is, by the way, law is one of the famous shart which is translated in past. This is like a sort of exception. Anyhow, is in the meaning of when, and is when it comes with jumla ismiya. Over here, I think I should put, anyway, it comes with jumla ismiya, then what happens? So let's first see in. Advatu shartu jazima, which will make the mudare. If there is a mudare, when statements are in mudare, what will happen? So in tadrus, so tadrusu was the word, tanja fil imtihani. So if you look at tadrus, that's your shart, and this is your jawabu shart. And they both, if you see tanja, tadrus. By the way, the translation would be, let's look at the translation first. If you study, you pass the exam. So tadrus is your mudare, fail mudare, which is your shart. And tanja, you will pass, is another mudare, and that is your jawabu shart. You will pass. And they both are madzum. Why? Because they are mudare. You can only make fail mudare madzum. You cannot make fail madi madzum. Now, when statements are in madi, very simple. In ata, ذهبنا إلى المسجد. So if he comes, we will go to the masjid. So if you look at this, this is, by the way, the shart part, jawab shart, two sentences. This, if you see two fails coming back to back without anything in the middle, this is one of the cases where both fails come back to back with each other. So this is your jawab shart, and they both are madi. And if you look at the translation, these are, by the way, both are madi. If you look at the translation, yeah, if he comes, we go to the masjid. So we have not changed the translation into past tense. The translation remains in the present tense. Or if he comes, that is in future tense. So it will not be translated in Madi. That's the whole point. And you see both Madi, they are both in their original form. They are not made light because fail Madi is not made light. Now, when statements are in two different types of Jumla, so here both the statements had Madi, fail Madi. Both the statements had fail Mudari. They both was fail, Jumla failure, but at the same time, the tenses were also the same in both the statements. Now, let's look at when tenses are different. In Yashfal, so Yashfalu is made lightest because Mudare becomes lightest in Adwatu Shartu Jazima. Fahiya mas'ulatun an zalika. So mas'ulatun comes with sa'ala comes with the harf an. It's married to harf an. That's why when you are talking about responsible for that, so the fail that the harf it is married to will also come with it. Now this is your shart, and fahiya onward is your jawab shart. And if you look at this, this is your mudare, and this one is jumla ismiya. It does not have a fail in it. The whole thing, hiya mas'ulatun anzale. She is responsible for that. It's jumla ismiya. So this is your mudare, majzoom. And if he fails, that's a fail. She is responsible for that. I know the sentence is a little, weird, but just to put the concept across, I have made these sentences. So just focus on the grammar. So if he fails, in Yashfal, if he fails, she is responsible for that. Fa, if you see fa in the middle, why is it coming? It did not come over here between these two. Fail Madi, it did not come between fail Mudare. It has come between fail Mudare, Jumla failure, and Jumla Ismiya because there are two different kinds of sentences which are put together in a Shartiya sentence. So that's why you put a fa. It's basically called fa rabita, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of uh, breaks the flow, you can say. So it's called, by the way, fa rabita. You don't have to go into detail, but fa rabita is, I believe, what this is called. Anyway, it doesn't break the flow. I think it kind of joins them. Yeah. So anyway, now now we are going to study man, whoever. So in man, this man is, by the way, different. This from man mausulia, whoever you have studied there, but the translation is same, but the function is a bit different. It is not an ism that can play any role in the sentence. So it's not an ism. Also, it is one of the adwatu shartu jazima. So it's not man mausulia, it's man shartiya. It creates a conditional sentence. So let's look at the two sentences here. One statement is in mudari. So man yastami, if you see, this is mudare, ila muhadirati. So whoever listens to lectures, lectures of Ustad al-Ustadi, fa huwa talibun jayyidun. He is a good student, or so he is a good student, you can say. Why has fa come in the middle? This is, by the way, your shart. Man yastami ila muhadirati, muhadiratil ustadi. And then you have jawabu shart. Over here, if you see mudare has come, it's jumla failure. And this over here is jumla ismiya. Whoever listens to teachers' lectures, then he is a good student. And if you see, mudare is made lightest. Yes. Now, when statement is in Madi. So, man نجح في الامتحان هذه السنة هذه السنة فهو طالب في الجامعة. Again, you see fa over here. So this is, by the way, your shirt. من نجح في الامتحان هذه السنة. So whoever succeeds in the exam this year, فهو طالب, and this is, by the way, your Madi. فهو طالب في الجامعة. He is a student in the university. جواب الشرط. That's a جملة اسمية. So whoever passes the exam this year is a student in the university. So yeah, so this is your, these are your two different sentences. You see fa in the middle. That's because the shart and jawabu shart are two different kinds of sentences. One is over here mudare, shart is mudare, and jawabu shart is jumla ismiya. Same thing over here, shart is jumla failure and madi is used in it, and the jawabu shart is jumla ismi. Now, let's look at ainama. Again, it means whenever. That's your literal translation. Now, there are two cases when your statement is in mudari. Again, ainama yakul kulit. Basically, when you join it, it will be yakulit ta'ama. I have not put that kasra because that's going to confuse you. It's supposed to be lightest, yakul. But when you join it to ta'am, it will become yakulit ta'ama. Yatruk ba'da, yeah, so another sentence started. So yatruk ba'dat ta'ami li sadiqati. Li sadiqi, he, sorry, li sadiqi, because of lam, it has become jar. So li sadiqihi. So this is aynama ya'kul ta'am, ya'kul at-ta'ama, whenever he eats the food. So that's your shirt. Yatruk ba'da so he leaves some of the food for his friend. That's your jawabu shirt. Over here, if you see, both of them are mudare and they both have been made madzum, lightest. So whenever he eats food, whenever ainama he eats food, he leaves some of the food for his friend. Now, when statement is in madi. So ainama talabat limusaidatin fayusaiduha. So whenever she asks for help, he helps her. So let's look at this. So this is your shirt, your jawabu shirt. Why there is no fur in here and there is a fur here? You know the answer. These are two same sort of sentences. They both are jumla failure. At the same time, they both have fail mudari in it. Over here, this is jumla failure, madi. But over here, this is also jumla failure, but it is not madi. So this is your fail madi. They both are jumla failure, but this is your fail madi and this is your fail mudari. So in terms of the types of sentences, there is further classification that which tense is used. So that also is different. So this, by the way, will not be majzoom. Now, we have previously learned that these adwatul shartu jazma make the mudare lightest. But since in the shart you did not have a mudare, this kind of, you can say, breaks the flow. This fa rabata kind of breaks that flow, and this will not be made lightest. This is one of the rule you have to remember, that when your shart is mudare and it is made lightest, then if you have jawabu shart in your mudare in your jawabu shart, only then it will be made lightest. This fa kind of stops the effect of ainama from reaching this mudare. And that is, this fa has happened because these two are different in terms of types of sentences. So please remember this point. Whenever she asks for help, he helps her. Okay, yeah, this point is, so if you see, not majzoom because shart is in madi. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this topic. If there are any further questions, please feel free to ask on the group and one of us will be able to help you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.